Well, I'm not even surprised that the entire Star Wars sequel trilogy got themselves their own individual awful movies wiki articles, including The Force Awakens as well, and one of the most infamous of those, The Last Jedi, came off as no surprise. It's official, folks. Game over. Well, not exactly. You think that I pulled off a really go-tard move, eh? Well, I believe all this time you have been fooled, as I am fundamentally aware of the film's flaws when I watched 2 out of the 3 sequels in this trilogy. Don't get me wrong, I still liked The Force Awakens, even despite its flaws that it has, though the Mary Sue accusations against me were pretty annoying. Episode 7 was made this way, so that it can be an introductory movie to a potentially epic sequel trilogy. Instead, everything went downhill with The Last Jedi, for one important reason. Abrams clearly stated to Rian Johnson that he has to follow story highlights that are key to the second act. And you know what Rian did? That's right, he threw those story highlights away and proceeded to create a story of his own, against Abrams' wishes, for the sake of tinkering with fans' so-called expectations. The really bad writing, underwhelming character arcs, and botched execution is what The Last Jedi gotten so much hatred in the first place, and it's not even Disney who is to blame. Oh no. It's Rian Johnson for botching the second act of a 3-part play, which is why he has garnered a really savage and beastly hostile hate base, and I don't even want to talk about it. Hell, the hate base itself has gotten so bad to the point where it has its own toxic fandoms and hatedoms wiki article about it. So, yeah, the disgruntled fans kind of ruined Star Wars for me, and the movie community scene as well, which is why I don't watch movies anymore. Movies are meant to bring entertainment and joy to the family, not cause petty arguments and flame wars into making people quit their favorite movie franchises. Though I can agree with the flaws they pointed out, the way how they take their hatred for that one film way too far is still inexcusable. The Rise of Skywalker is the result of Abrams having to make haste for the second and third acts, after Rian botched TLJ for his own so-called trilogy that has been cancelled. As a result, Episode 9 has suffered pacing issues in order to compensate for cleaning up the mess that Episode 8 has made. And though I haven't watched TROS myself, Puro said to me that the movie is good, because it actually puts an end to the Sith. But alas, just like the rest of the sequels, The Rise of Skywalker is not without its flaws, with Star Destroyers now being capable of destroying other planets, making the Death Stars and even Star-Killer base redundant. Overall, the sequels aren't at all perfect. Though not at the same mantle as the originals, and some prequels as well, they are actually pretty good movies to watch, though I can't say the same for TLJ though. If you like the sequels and enjoyed most of the sequels, that's great. However, if you don't like the sequels, that's fine. It's just that you have to provide actual details on whether or not those movies are bad, without taking your anger and hatred towards Disney out of proportion and denouncing those movies as so-called pandering to the SJW agenda. Bullshit. Nobody wants to hear blind opinions that are usually biased. I think this is all I have time for now. I could just make this entire video an hour long and I could still ramble and rant about how bad of a shape Star Wars is in, but I prefer not to go on that route. It's no surprise that the entire sequel trilogy has gotten their own awful movies wiki articles, and I just wanted to point this out. I do not endorse defaming the admins who made those articles, as doing so would actually make me look bad, and I don't want to have my face featured in atrocious YouTubers wiki. I cannot be too sure that this video I made will get dislike bombed for that, but that's the risk that I have to take. I hope you all understand. And until next time, I'll see you later.